Welcome everyone to episode number 6 of Talk Wrestling, brother. No, I'm sorry. I had to do that one time. I got the Hulk Hogan stuff on. I got the Hulk Hogan do-rag behind me. I just felt like doing something different today. Thank you very much for everybody that watched the last episode. We got a lot of hits again, and I appreciate it very much. This show is going to be a little bit different today, but I got a lot of questions left for the last show that I didn't address because so many different people asked the same question over and over again. I got, 13 or 14 different questions, something like that, that had the same questions. The people have the same questions, so I'm going to address those today on the show. I'm going to get to all those today, and hopefully if I don't get to yours, I will get to it next time, but let's just hop right into it. Alright, a lot of people ask me, they ask this all the time, they ask it almost every week, and I haven't addressed it yet. They wonder if I was ever in the business, because I give great answers to questions asked on my show, although you give answers like a person protecting the business. I was in the business a total of one night. That was when I was the play-by-play announcer for Adrenaline Unleashed back in September of 2005. That was the only time I've ever actually been a part of the business as far as being a contracted talent. I've been a fan of the business since 1990, and I've been doing shows on the internet for the last 5 years now. We started back in 2002 with the original Extreme Mayhem audio show, which ran for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then we did XMV, Extreme Mayhem Video, for 2 years. And I did Ringside Insanity with my ex for off and on for about a year. And then we evolved into this show by myself. I'm the star now. Woohoo, just me. But thank you very much for asking that. I appreciate the compliment thinking that I had been in the business, but I was in the business total of one night, and that was after 15 years of being a fan and after 3 years of doing internet wrestling community stuff. So thank you very much for that question. I appreciate it. Alright, well, this one was asked a lot. Will Kane ever don the mask again? I think it's a possibility. I think that Kane maybe has reached his breaking point in TNA. Yeah, Kane's in TNA. Okay, Jeff's not on the ball today. Kane has kind of reached his zenith in WWE. He was world champion for a day. He almost was world champion on SmackDown a few weeks back, but the whole booking situation with Edge and his injury kind of changed all that. I think he may have been champion if Edge had stayed healthy, but we'll never know now. I think that Kane could be the guy to defeat the Great Khali. I think Kane could be the guy to be world champion for a while on SmackDown. But as far as donning the mask, maybe if they have some kind of angle where he gets burned or something, like Khali throws a fireball in his face or something, that could be a definite possibility. But I think that as long as Kane stays healthy and they don't have any weird storylines going on, he won't wear the mask anymore. Just my personal opinion. Here's an interesting question I pulled off the YouTube comment board. Thank you for all of you that are watching the show on YouTube. From Lambert581. He's one of the guys that asked this, but a lot of people ask this question. What NFL Hall of Famer would make a great wrestler? I have two choices. Jack Lambert and Mean Joe Green are the greatest team in NFL history, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I tend to agree with that. Both those guys would be really good. I like to see a guy like Marcus Allen be in wrestling. I like to see Troy Aikman. If he got bulkier, I think that he would be a great wrestler. There's any number of guys that could be in the Hall of Fame. They're in the NFL Hall of Fame that could have been a wrestler. Larry Zonka would have been a great wrestler back in his day. Mike Ditka would have been a hell of a wrestler. He's got a great talking voice. He would have been incredible, in all honesty. John Elway would be a good wrestler if he bulked up a little bit. He has great personality as well. I'm just looking through the list of the Hall of Famers right now. Let's see who else. Let's see. The Fridge would have been a good wrestler back when he was. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not yet, but he would have been a good wrestler. There's any number of guys that could have been there. Like you mentioned, Jack Lambert. Steve Young would be a great wrestler. So many of the NFL guys have a great personality. They'd be a great wrestler as well. Deion Sanders comes to mind. Deion Sanders was already a 2-sport. I think he'd be a 3-sport athlete. There's a lot of guys. And, of course, the greatest football player that ever lived, Brock Lesnar. He'd be a great wrestler if he ever applied himself and was actually in a WWE for more than a year or two. Brock Lesnar would be incredible if he actually came back, but I don't think he will. Who will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame next year? Well, I like to see the British Bulldog get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think Davey Boy Smith is well past due. I think he's earned it. I'd like to see if they get her back in good graces. China would be a great inductee in the WWE Hall of Fame. There's big rumors that Bruno Sammartino is going to be talking with WWE very, very soon. That would be a tremendous asset to the WWE Hall of Fame and give them instant credibility. Bruno has long been outspoken against the Hall of Fame and what it represents, but I think if Bruno were to give in and accept induction, it would be a great thing for WWE and for Bruno. Who else? Let's see. King Kong Bundy would be a great inductee in the Hall of Fame. As far as celebrity inductees, how about Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker? How about, Donald Trump? How about, who else was a celebrity? How about Lawrence Taylor for his involvement in WrestleMania 11? There's any number of people that can be inducted in the Hall of Fame. But thank you very much to everybody. A lot of people asked that question. I was very surprised. But thank you very much to everybody that answered that question. Asked that question, excuse me. A lot of people want to know what happened with Jeff Hardy. Did he get suspended? According to my number one source, NoDQ.com, yes, he is suspended for taking too many pain pills. He originally was taking a leave after because he got injured in a match with Umaga, I believe. If not Umaga, it was Caden Murdoch. It was one of those three. And he hurt himself, and he was taking pain pills to relieve the pain, and apparently he was taking more than the prescribed dosage, so he got in a little bit of trouble. After the Benoit situation, people are really cracking down on pain pills and that kind of thing. So Jeff Hardy is suspended till well past SummerSlam. He's going to miss SummerSlam this year, which is a really big disappointment for his fans and for WWE too. Jeff Hardy could have been a great contender for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, but it's not going to happen now. They also want to know, will there be a true singles push for either Hardy brother? I think Matt Hardy's going to get his singles push as far as being a U.S. champion, but I don't think you'll see either Hardy brother ever be a world champion. I don't think that'll be in either one of their futures. They're not world championship material, my personal opinion. I think Jeff Hardy had a brief glimpse of hope when he was facing The Undertaker back in 2002 for the Undisputed Championship, but I don't think that was ever a serious consideration for him to be the world champion or WWE champion. So I don't think they'll ever see either Hardy as a world champion. As a U.S. Intercontinental champion, absolutely. Somebody asked, a lot of people asked, will Goldberg ever return to wrestling? I kind of addressed Goldberg on the last show, but I'll go ahead and address it again. I don't see Goldberg returning to WWE anytime soon. That goes without saying. I don't think that he was very happy in WWE for the year he was there. I think, if anything, he'll come to TNA. TNA has a good relationship with Spike TV, who has a good relationship with Goldberg. So I think that if we do see Goldberg in wrestling ever again, it's going to be with TNA, for sure, if he does come back. There's also talks he could be in the Ultimate Fighting World. I don't think Goldberg can handle the Ultimate Fighting World, in all honesty. I think Goldberg would be not a good fit for Ultimate Fighting. If he does come back to, competition sports, I think it'll be professional wrestling, which isn't really a competition per se, but it'll be with TNA, if anything. Will WWE ever go back to the Attitude Era? That's what USA is pushing for, that's for sure. I think the USA Network would love to see the Attitude Era come back, but in all honesty, do you think it's going to happen? No, I don't. I don't think that it needs to happen. I think WWE's pushing in the right direction without reverting back to the Attitude Era. I think you might see guys from the Attitude Era like Chris Jericho return, but I don't think you'll see a full-blown back to the Attitude Era with DX running roughshod and with, Vince versus a wrestler and this and that. I don't think you'll see a full-blown return to the Attitude Era. I think you'll see elements of the Attitude Era, like Chris Jericho coming back, like certain storylines making a comeback. This paternity suit thing is very much reminiscent of the Attitude Era, for sure. So I think that's a key to it, but I don't think we'll see a full-blown return to the Attitude Era, no. Alright, this one is from people asking about Shelton Benjamin and whether or not he'll get a singles push. I think Shelton's getting a push right now as far as being with the world's greatest tag team. Shelton had his chance to be a single star for a long time. He was a single star for about 2.5, 3 years on his own without Charlie. I think they want to keep him and Charlie together. I think they want to keep Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin as the world's greatest tag team and have them make a run of the tag team championships. If Caden Murdoch ever loses the championships, the world's greatest tag team will be the number one contenders for sure. I think that it'll be a good fit for them, and I think that they have to sneeze. But I'll get to that in a second. I think that Shelton Benjamin's going to do fine as the world's greatest tag team member now on his own for a while. Everybody wants to know my opinion on Pac-Man Jones coming to TNA. I think it's sad that a great athlete like Pac-Man got himself suspended from the NFL for a year for his personal conduct off the field, but I think it'll be beneficial to TNA to have him around for a year. I think that Pac-Man is going to be a great asset to TNA. I think he'll bring a lot of mainstream publicity to the company that they don't have. And him being there will be beneficial to TNA. Will he stick around longer than a year? Probably not. He knows where his bread is buttered. That's professional football, the NFL. So I think once his suspension is over, he'll be more than happy to jump right back onto the playing field. I don't think you'll see him in TNA for more than a year. Alright, a lot of people want to know my opinion on the promotion Ring of Honor. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to see too much of Ring of Honor. I haven't been able to watch their tapes or check out their stuff on YouTube yet, but I will be in the near future. So, as far as their competitors, I love Bryan Danielson. He's a great athlete. He could be the next NWA World Champion. I'm going to talk about that in a little while. I think the guys like Roderick Strong are great. Jack Evans, Pac. I think he's with Ring of Honor. I'm pretty sure he is. Not X-Pac, but Pac. Different guy. El Generico's a great wrestler. Super Dragon's good. You've got guys like, used to be with Ring of Honor, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries. I think he's back with them now. Homicide's with them. They're great. It's a great promotion, and they do a lot for the indie circuit. I think that with the right amount of exposure, they could be a potential threat as well to WWE, not just TNA. If anybody wants to send me Ring of Honor tapes to watch, contact me through MySpace or email, and let me know. I'd love to watch some of their stuff. Alright, this one comes mainly from the Pennsylvania sensation himself, Greg Cherry, but a lot of people ask this as well. There's a rumor that TNA will be phasing out the X Division title in the near future. Would that be their final nail in the coffin, considering that fans originally flocked to TNA because of the X Division? Yes, X Division being phased out is a bad idea. You've got guys like Jay Lethal, you've got guys like Sanjay Dutt, you've got guys like, Austin Aries, who's supposed to be coming back, you've got guys, like that are there because of the X Division Championship, and I think if they phase it out, they'll just have the World Championship, which will be for the main event guys, and the Tag Team Championship. I think that the X Division is a great, not only a mid-card championship, but also a great showcase for particular athletes, the guys that can do pretty much anything in the ring. So the X Division Championship being phased out would be nothing short of a disaster. It would be a terrible thing for TNA, and if they do it, they're nuts. A lot of people want to know if The Rock is ever going to return to WWE. I really don't think so. I think The Rock is just having a great time in Hollywood. He's having fun making his movies and making all kinds of money. I don't think we'll see him in WWE anytime soon. I think he's going to continue with his movie career and, making how many millions of dollars a picture. The Gridiron Gang was a great movie he was just in. Doom was actually pretty good considering what it is. Walking Tall was good. The Rundown I thought was pretty good. Of course, The Scorpion King and The Mummy Returns were both good. I think The Rock has the potential to be a big movie star. Be Cool was pretty good. It was pretty damn funny, if I do say so myself. The Rock has a lucrative movie career ahead of him, and I don't think that he's going to endanger that by going back to WWE and performing full time. Only make a guest appearance every once in a while, maybe. I mean, we saw him leading it to WrestleMania in the Battle of the Billionaires when he appeared by videotape, and we'll see him on. We'll see him in like Hall of Fame videos, or we'll see him in. He could be the next inductee in the Hall of Fame. We mentioned the Hall of Fame earlier. I'd like to see The Rock in the Hall of Fame. That'd be cool too. So who knows? But I highly doubt you'll see The Rock in the ring anytime soon. Thank you very much once again to everybody that watched the show today. Wow, okay. Jeff needs a nap, I think. Thank you everybody that watched the show today. MySpace.com/Jeff Meacham and the blog for the next show. You can also check us out on YouTube, username NoDQCAW. You can also check us out on NoDQ.com. And I also want to mention a site called theunratedwebsite.com. That's where we're also being featured. A guy on MySpace, The Unrated Superstar, I believe is his name. Let me just double check that real quick. The Unrated Superstar, I believe is his name. He gave me my own page on that website, theunratedwebsite.com. So thank you very much to you, and give me a chance to showcase on that website as well. Send the questions into jdmeech1@yahoo.com or tw@nodq.com. And we will see you for episode number 7. I can't believe we're number 7 already coming up. Wow. Talk Wrestling. Bye-bye for now.